SpiritFlix and AI. SpiritFlix and AI. What's the deal, family? What's the deal? Dreamwise here for another one. Yes, sir. I wanted to dive deep into the fold of what's happening with this Netflix and Warner Brothers merger and how it's going to impact our reality in a strange way. I thought it was interesting when I seen them get by Warner Brothers because essentially they have the rights and the back catalog for a whole bunch of movies we loved. And I seen this interesting video that I want to show the family and tie in how it's going to affect our two eyes. Hey, I'm just telling you what it is. TV doesn't entertain you, it trains you. And in it training you, oh boy, get ready for a ride, a hell of a ride, boy, because Netflix acquired Warner Brothers and some of the psycho-spiritual things that's about to take place. Oh boy, buckle up. So I want to show y'all this video. Let me show y'all the video, and we're going to dive deeper into the fold of what's actually happening with this Netflix and Warner Brothers merger. What's up, y'all? What's good? El Pato, what's good? On God, yeah. What's up, baby? It's on God. It's on site. Blockchain. Oh, shit. I hate saying that word. Every time I look at my Bitcoin, I just freeze up. Oh, shit. Let me stop looking. What's up, Jock? What's up, K. Smith? Titus was good. Titus, that video you got was fire, baby. Hey, I see the God in you, baby. I know. Hey, this is your calling, nigga. You looking good, boy. What? Hey, I can't lie. Pause. But I'm telling you, you look good. You got the face for it. You got the voice. It's up, baby. It is up.
Message.
Straight up and down, baby. Keep going. K. Smith, what's good? What's good? Modest More, we in here. The original man, huh? All right, bet. Oh, no, that's you, Black. Yeah, that's my guy. What's up, Kirby? What's up? What's up? All right, let's get it on. Let me show y'all this video so we can dive deep into the fold of Netflix and AI. Netflix and AI, because, I got some thoughts about it, and there's going to be some powerful things in the future that's, that's going to spark us in a particular way of light. And I'm going to just basically show you all the way to utilize it for your advantage. Here we go.
Is about to acquire Warner Brothers for almost $83 billion. And this deal is bigger than what you think it is. Now, this deal includes $72 billion in cash, but Warner Brothers is only worth $60 billion. So why would they pay more than what they're worth? Well, I think I know why. It's all about AI. On one hand, you could say it's about over 100 years about content, IP, bragging rights, but it's much deeper than that. Now, not only Netflix already has a partnership with OpenAI, but other universities and tech firms for AI research and development that target computer vision, natural language processing, script analysis, casting, and visual effects, just to name a few. Which means all that new intellectual property that they have now, they can feed to their AI to learn, to create, to the likes of Superman, Batman, The Sopranos, Bugs Bunny, Harry Potter, and that's just scratching the surface.
Message.
See, when you understand TV or entertainment as a ritual for your imagination, then you stop becoming the viewer and you start becoming the decoder of it all. This play by Netflix is an absolute power move to conquer and rule the minds of the masses in a particular way of entertainment. Majority of our time goes to the TV, goes to entertainment, goes to these two eyes. And what we see is basically training us to think of in a certain way or to believe in a certain way, right? So now it's going to be important for us to understand with this AI play that's happening with the Netflix. Like I said earlier, buckle up because the ride is about to get heavy. Let's keep it rolling with this brother. Shout out to this brother right here too, dropping a fire fact on this thing.
months. And make no mistake about it, this is a bigger push to the content creator economy, which they're targeting as well by bringing exclusive podcasts to the platform, in which the podcast industry right now is worth $38 billion and growing. Even Disney is getting in on the action. They said recently, soon the company will allow Disney Plus subscribers to create user-generated content and to consume user-generated content, aka content creators. And just to give you guys more context, the entire creator economy is worth $250 billion, and that's set to double in the next 12 months. And a bigger question is, where does this leave everybody? Being that if you're not a content creator, you're either losing your job to AI or making money with AI. And this is kind of a telltale sign, being that the US government let go over 300,000 people, UPS 48,000 people, Amazon 30,000 people, Intel 24,000 people, and the list just keeps going. All in all, this is about market share and consolidation, going from the old to the new when it comes to movies, media, music, news. Everything we've come to know is changing before our very eyes. So the word of the day is reskill. Make sure you guys get in my Telegram where I teach.
It's a big deal, family. I'm telling you, I just know and I can feel it. Just based off of our two eyes being the strongest culprit to impacting our subconscious mind, we got to understand what's really going on and the magic sorcery that happened when Netflix acquiring Warner Brothers. And here goes some of the shows they've acquired. Oh boy, The Boondocks, The Big Bang Theory, The Powerpuff Girls. Oh shit, Lord of the Rings, Monsterverse, The Matrix. You know what they can do with The Matrix. Oh my God, nigga, the spinoffs, the storylines, the goddamn program loops. God damn. Hey, I'm just telling you what it is. TV is going to be so different now because they're about to turn up and turn out on this entertainment thing. Beetlejuice. Damn, they got Scooby-Doo, Looney Tunes, The Sopranos, The Wire, all the HBO shows, huh? So, and yes, sir, you know it, you heard it, you know what they got. They got Lovecraft Country. Hey, I'm just telling you what it is. You know what they about to do with that hoe for a fact. Just imagine, right? With AI, you don't have no, how would you say? You don't have there's no jurisdiction to use particular. Now you can't use nobody's likeness, right? But they can still use Journey as an AI character that's younger, right? They can use Tick as an AI character that's older or even came back to life. And then you remember D with the mechanical arm at the end. Oh yeah, well D's all grown up. And now it's Terminator 2 season, baby.
Message.
So now just imagine how far the rabbit hole can go with AI and then putting out these storylines or these new shows based off of old shows that we loved and appreciated. Now they're putting out these storylines and impacting our subconscious mind with a new script and overloading our mind to the point of exhaustion because, oh boy, they can really run it as quick as possible so they can keep our minds on the TV. See, a big thing about entertainment or TV or these shows is the feeling that is invoked, right? And this feeling that is invoked is something that's true to us. So when you're watching Superman or Batman or all these particular shows, essentially you invoke a particular feeling that makes you feel good or makes you feel sad or makes you feel happy or makes you feel mad and so on and so forth. We was just watching, last night we watched this show called, this movie called Sarah's Oil. Sarah's Oil. Yeah, Sarah's oil. Essentially, it was a young girl, 11-year-old. There go that number, 11, in 1913. Way, way, way back then. Slavery time, or that time of, they're getting out of slavery and people and melanated people are trying to figure out their own. Essentially, she acquired land, right? 160 acres. You feel me? And you know what I'm saying, the antagonist, the white boys, was trying to, offer and stuff like that. So even in me watching that, I was getting mad. I was like, oh hell no, these white boys out of they had offed 2 younger kids, Indian kids in the movie. It was crazy. So now y'all remember when you seen Rosewood and how you felt as a kid? You was mad than a bitch. So now, because you know what I'm saying, you can identify with the melanated goddess, right, as a melanated being, now you are, your feelings are impacted. You invoke a certain spirit of, nah, y'all got me fucked up. Y'all ain't about to take my oil. Hell nah, right? So as she acquired this land, she found out that there was oil on it, and essentially the antagonist, the white boys, was trying to take it from her and turn up and turn out by any means necessary. They had white boys going just to try to offer. You feel me? Crazy shit. Y'all go check it out. So you know what I'm saying? To the minds of the masses, essentially it'll be a powerful programming tool to keep on moving their spirit in a particular way, because if you don't have no mind at all of what you're actually seeing, then essentially you're in the thrall of these 2 eyes, and you're believing that this entertainment doesn't affect your imagination or doesn't affect your spirit. Stop being the viewer and become the decoder.
Message.
Stop being the viewer and become the decoder. See, we got to understand the difference between just viewing something and letting it impregnate our spirit, and just understanding that you can see past the veil of what they're trying to do, because it is coming. Trust me, the agendas and the manipulation moves will come in the form of planting seeds. You feel me? Every storyline is a seed being planted, and they can create the world that they want to see. Netflix, I'm just telling you what it is. I'll tell you how far the minds of the powers that be, or the 1%, think, right? They can create and plant these seeds in the form of show you particular movies, show you particular narratives that move the needle and have you enthralled to make particular decisions. So when you see the movies with all the technology stuff, right, and this is how technology is going to be, this is how it looks like, right? Essentially, they have the key and the tool to make you agree with that narrative, because all we're living in is timelines, and these timelines are creating subconscious loops in this reality. So we don't understand that these subconscious loops is basically forming a reality that creates this particular theme of the day, then essentially you can be caught up and ensnared in that reality, and not be thinking for yourself, and be just moving just based off of how they want you to move. See, the real question is, when you're watching these movies and it evokes a feeling, right? It doesn't matter if it's AI, CGI, or cartoon, you still invoke a feeling, yes? Yes. I remember my cartoons, they used to invoke a whole bunch of feelings. And with AI coming into the fold, we don't necessarily treat the art like we treat AI music art. I remember it was about 3 months ago, and D-Ray's parents, my father and mother-in-law, they sent us this video of this goddess singing, right? I'm talking about, she sounded like an angel. D-Ray's mama said she cried, listened to it. D-Ray shed some tears listening to it. I was listening to it like, damn, this shit off the chain. This shit live, baby. Who is he? Right. Anyway, we didn't think nothing of it. Whatever, cool. We've been listening to it for 3 months, nigga. We just found out it was AI. So it literally invoked the feeling inside of us for 3 months. And this damn chick was a goddamn robot. Ain't that a bitch? God damn. I'm talking about we was blown away when we couldn't find the person. I'm talking about they got us so good I couldn't even I just said, hey, all right, well, I guess we just gotta accept it.
Gotcha, bitch.
So you know what I'm saying? This AI thing is happening and we might not even be privy or ready for the takeover based off of our minds is still trying to stay in the old concept way. But right now, it's time for us to understand this AI thing and really fall into the space of utilizing it for our greater good. And I'm going to show y'all some ways how to utilize it for your greater good. Because at the same time, at the end of the day, if there is no results or if there's no things in place to utilize it for spirit, then you know what I'm saying, we'll cease to exist down here. You feel me? Hold on, let's keep it rolling. Hold on, where's this? Okay, here we go. So Lovecraft Country Season 2, all AI, right? Lovecraft Country Season 2, all AI, boy. I'm talking about, hey, you know, you're still going to watch it and I'm going to still decode it because that's the way of the world and that's where we're moving into.
Sorry about you.
So, you know what I'm saying? At first I was taken aback with the AI music because I'm like, damn, boys are going to lose their jobs. Boys can't really get into their creative bag no more. You know what I'm saying? The computer is doing this so fast and we're moving into a time where, shit, who would we be if we don't have no creative spark or no creative genius in us? So I believe the time is coming, and I know and believe that some of our master teachers checked out in a particular time. They checked out because they knew this time was coming. And they was like, nah, I'm good. But I know and I believe that we have the ability to still create in this particular time, even if the robots is taking over. Entertainment is entrainment. Entertainment is entrainment. And it's just training us the way to think. And with Netflix having the biggest catalog ever, essentially we got to understand that they have the power to move minds in a particular way, especially the automatons. Let me show y'all this other interesting video I seen that I was like, oh boy, it's happening, baby. Y'all check this out.
Your favorite TV show instead of just watching it. Well, Amazon just invested in Fable, the startup behind Showrunner, which is an AI-powered service that lets you write and direct your own TV episodes using simple prompts. At launch, it's completely free, but eventually it'll cost $10 to $20 a month. Showrunner's AI handles scripts, voices, animations, completely everything. If you want your own detective series or a sci-fi epic, you can build it in just hours. This could completely change how we think about entertainment and content creation, from passive watching to active storytelling. So understand, in the future, your favorite TV series might not be on Netflix. It might be the one that you made yourself. Because don't you wonder?
That's some deep ass shit right there. God damn. See, remember that was in that Black Mirror episode. You feel me? That was that Black Mirror episode, season 3, when they created their day and they seen their day on TV. So now that's a play, right, for us to embark on, because again, we can imprint our own mind with our own storylines and our own messages that serves our greater good. So I don't want the family to run away from AI. I want the family to embrace it, because at the same time, at the end of the day, when you do embrace it, you can get creative insights in how to manipulate it and how to use it for your greater good. So one thing I do want the family to think about is a vision board. Right now, right, during this particular time, we're going into the 10-year. You got to create a vision board. And with AI, it's up, 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 up.
Message.
Up, up, up. Literally, you can put your image into the AI machine. Then when you place your image in the AI machine, you can literally put yourself, insert yourself in whatever environment and situation you want to see. So now, all of a sudden, there's no excuse to not manifest your reality down here, because with these mind movies that you can make, essentially is going to take you to greater heights and levels of this reality. See, we got to really move into the space of not utilizing AI as some kind of funny, joking thing. We can utilize this for power. And in utilizing it for power, we can create particular things on this AI machine that will serve our greater good. Whether that be health, whether that be wealth, whether that be, you know what I'm saying, thinking clearer, thinking more thorough, right? Essentially, you can create ideas and storylines in the form of your own mind movie, or even just own images that put you in the forefront. So everybody should have an image of them created on AI as them as a king with their face, right? Yes. Put your crown on, yes. and sit yourself in the throne. Or a tiara, right? For the goddesses. You feel me? Everybody should. Look, remember when Facebook first came out, right? And everybody was kind of hesitant and, you know, apprehensive about putting their face on the thing. He was like, I don't know about that. What's going on with this? This was in college. When we was in college, I'm like, nah, I'm just going to put a picture. I don't know what's going on with this thing. You feel me? You're not even filling out the whole thing. You just like, all right, I see my college ID, but other than that, I'm good. But now we use a lot. We niggas putting all type of pictures up. Now, what is going down on Facebook, Instagram, everything? Well, niggas putting everything, their whole life on Instagram, on Facebook. Naked pictures, everything is going down. God damn. Twerking videos and everything. You like, God damn, I didn't know you was like this, man. God damn. Hell nah, boy. I remember this was when I was single, whatever. Boom. I'm doing my thing, whatever. I was personal trainer, doing my thing, cool, right? Sweetest little girl ever. Sweet girl, right? Cool, right? You didn't think nothing of it. Boom. I am trainer. Yeah, you know, it's exchange information, cool, whatever. We talking, we vibing. Boom. You give her she give me her Instagram, nigga. What? I thought I was on a porno site when I seen this little girl Instagram. I was like, God damn, it's going down. I'm like, oh, she going crazy on this Instagram, boy. I said, I'm talking to her in a whole different way now. It's up.
Sorry about you.
Hey, I'm just telling you what it is, baby. That what you put online is basically telling the story of you. And shit, you know, niggas say, oh, okay, yeah, she a freak hoe. Y'all know I ain't lying, nigga. Y'all know you thought the girl at your job was cool, chilling and shit. You find out she showing titties and ass and all kind of shit on that bitch. Now you looking like the lame because you was trying to do all type of stuff with her. Oh, maybe I'll take her to movies and stuff. Nigga, you probably just gotta hit her up and just come to the house. You feel me? So I'm just telling you what it is. That online, boy. That online have you doing all kind of stuff, boy. God damn. We gotta understand that it's time to utilize it. Fuck it. And go for it. And you know what I'm saying? You don't want to get caught in the old way of thinking based off of, you know what I'm saying, you got some moral code to people that's about to lose their jobs. Because a lot of people are going to lose their jobs. And, you know what I'm saying, actors, entertainers, it's going to be tough out here because essentially, you know what I'm saying, that was actually the play to, you know what I'm saying, do work, show your creative expression and stuff like that, right? And it's just going to be interesting, right? We still got people that's putting in the work, right? But when people become lazy with their artistry, then essentially it's tough to not go with you know what I'm saying, the AI music. And we got Leon Thomas, Fire Brother, right? He's still doing his thing. Chris Brown still doing his thing, right? There's some people out here that's, you know, putting in a particular energy towards their artistry. But then the field is just saying, man, let me just spit something out and just put this on a drive and then upload it to the cloud and then say, fuck it. So this time is going to make the creatives become more creative. And I feel like we had the potential to do it. I feel like we have the heart to do it in this particular AI time. It's just, you just got to get out of your own way of, you know what I'm saying, creating just to create and start creating because you feel inspired to move a particular energy into people. See, when you can really feel into people and say, you know what, this is going to move people, that's you and your dharma. And you and your dharma is your purpose-driven work. Because again, your dharma is about helping others, giving to others, and showing love to others in the form of not trying to receive anything. The reciprocity thing will happen, but at the same time, at the end of the day, you're pushing a particular feeling into people because you just love on people and you want to see them win. So the matters of the hearts is going to have to change. You can't do this for money. You're going to have to do it for love for others, and which is basically love for yourself. Because again, you're invoking a certain feeling into people to move into a particular way of thinking. So, hey, you know what I'm saying? That's just what it is, family. We got to get to the core of that. And I'm gonna talk about that Erykah Badu and what she did. But first, I want to talk about this Elon Musk post. So with AI basically taking over and just ruling the day, right? Elon Musk came out and said, in 10 years, working will be optional and money won't exist. Toasty! He says, I think there's a pretty good chance we'll end up with a universal basic income or something like that due to automation. I'm not sure what else one would do. I think that what would happen, people have time to do other things. More complex things, more interesting things, certainly more leisure time. So, you know what I'm saying? I think that this is spirit in work, right? Because a lot of times what happens is, as melanated beings, we got to understand our power as a collective, right? And we seen glimpses of it during the COVID time when that happened, right? And everybody was out of work. And essentially what's happening is, if this is coming into fruition, which I believe it will one day, I don't know about 10 years, but shit, it's going to be damn near close to 10. Definitely like in 15, I could feel it. Just the way the speed of technology and, you know what I'm saying, AI keeps on advancing so damn fast at such a rapid pace. It's absolutely amazing. We still ain't made it out of 2025. And some of the stuff I'm seeing, I'm like, oh, wow, they... Just a month ago, they were struggling with it. Now the AI done picked it up and turned it on to another level of genius. But I believe that they have, or we have, all collectively asked for this. And in us asking for this unconsciously, I don't want to work no more. This shouldn't have to be my life. I want to be free. I want to get off of the hamster wheel, right? I want to do my own thing, right? Essentially, our wish is our command. And that's the power of melanated people and what we did. We unconsciously act for this act. I'm just telling you what it is, baby. We did it, right? And here it is. But now, the stranger thing about it is, what happens if all the bees stop working? So remember in the Bee movie, right? Barry the bee, he was enthralled or mad at the humans for taking their honey that they was doing, that they was working for, and putting it in stores. So essentially he sued humanity for the honey, which is honey is just money, and then bee, the berry, is just black people. So the bees were just black people and honey is money. I did a code on this back in the day. And essentially what happened was the bees stopped working because they won their lawsuit. So they said, nah, I don't have to work no more. Fuck it. But when the bees stopped working, the world ceased to exist. There go that Bobby Hemmett alchemy, baby. We did it, Bobby. We did it. This world is over with. Ha! Bobby used to say that all the time. That this world is done, baby. It's over. That nigga said, hey, no, this shit is over with. And you know what I'm saying? We might be going into space and time where, you know what I'm saying, this world is completely done and over with, right? Because if everybody stops working and everybody stops moving in a particular way, then how do you find a place of contrast? Remember, this world is built off of the aspect of polarity, right? And the aspect of what people perceive as pain is actually just work, right? The set energy and Heru, right? So basically they're one, because you can't have a villain or you can't have a hero without a villain. So you need some kind of contrast in this particular world to be able to exist. And without any contrast, without anything that's kind of stopping our flow, then who do we become? You see it all the time. Some of these millionaires and billionaires, they feel like they just lost hope in the world or life because they don't know what to do. And some of them just move into the space of saying, all right, well, let me just keep on trying to do more. Let me go more, right? And that's just an aspect of them just saying, hey, I just love the adventure. Fuck the money. I just need to be in the adventure of this thing. You feel me? Look at Elon Musk. Damn near a trillionaire, and he's still going.
Message.
Absolutely insane. And he's moving in a particular manner of saying, like, let's just see how far the rabbit hole can go before I transition off of this earth realm. Let's see how far I can push this thing. So, you know what I'm saying? We got to understand that self-reliance piece is an important aspect in our journey, right? In the 50th law, Robert Greene, let me see if I can find that video, because that was a fire video. Robert Greene, back in the day, which I loved, that 50th law video. Let me see if I can find it, because that hoe was absolutely a game changer for me, just to understand Robert Greene 50 Cent. Essentially what he was talking about was, and I'm talking about the ones back in the day. Damn, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find it. Oh, let me put in self-reliance, because that hoe was fire. Self-reliance. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I was watching these same videos. That's crazy. I was watching these same videos back in the day. Ain't that a bitch? So Robert Greene and 50 Cent came together back in the day and made a fire book, and I couldn't wait for this book to come out. I was like a kid in the candy store because these were just basically the promotional books right here, the promotional videos. And essentially in them promoting it, I was hooked because, you know, I didn't really fuck with 50 Cent's music like that, but I was more so in staunch with his mind because, again, he just pulled off the vitamin water thing during this time. And I was like, damn, that's fly. I said, what the fuck is he thinking? And you know what I'm saying? Some of the different interviews I seen on them DVDs and stuff like that, I was like, oh, okay, this nigga is a thorough psychological nigga. But then when he got with Robert Greene, who I've been reading books of, I was like, oh shit, he did the alchemy, baby. That shit in that moment, man, I was like, damn, somebody did it. You feel me? Because, you know what I'm saying, us in the hood was thinking of all this stuff anyway. With the 48 Laws of Power, Art of Seduction, Art of War, all of them books, right? Boom. So then 50 actually gets the nigga, and we just blown away, nigga. That shit was fire, nigga. Anyway, these videos was very impactful. And I, you know what I'm saying, this damn book was damn near like a panic book, nigga. Straight up and down. I was waiting for this hoe to drop. I couldn't wait. What? Check this out. Yeah, you see, even the intros,
chapter 2.
Even the intros and shit had a nigga like me fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Niggas was fucked up on this hoe.
Very important chapter to me in so many ways. It's about the idea of self-reliance. And self-reliance is a big history with me personally because there's an essay called On Self-Reliance by Ralph Waldo Emerson, written in the 19th century. And I read that when I was in high school, and I thought that was the greatest thing I ever read. It's probably one of the most influential things I ever read. I memorized the entire thing, and it's about 20 pages long. And the concept is, in so many ways in life, we're kind of running away from ourselves. We were born as an individual. Every single human being was born in is completely unique creation. Your DNA, your experiences, your brain, the way it's wired, there'll never be another one like you. And always in life, we're running away from that. And we want other people to help us. We want other books to help us. We want a teacher to show us the way. We want to join a group that will suddenly bring us salvation. We think that if we belong to a church, they will be able to show us the way. And Emerson is saying it's all an illusion. You were born with everything that you need in life. You have resources and powers that you're not even aware of. If you were suddenly put on an island by yourself, you would find all of these resources within you. But in society, you kind of lose a sense of the power that you have and of this self-reliance. So this is a really, really important theme for me. And in the context of this chapter that we created, I think it's more important now than ever because I see Americans becoming a culture of dependence in a way. We came from a culture in the 19th century of people that lived off the land, that were incredibly self-reliant, that knew how to get what we wanted for ourselves. It's what made our country wealthy and powerful and different from anything else, to a culture of dependence. It's people become dependent on a very simple level on technology. They become dependent on entertainment for the slightest. They're bored in any way for something to divert them. They become dependent on drugs and prescription medicine. I mean, the prescription medicine industry in America is insane.
What is it? About 3 years ago. 3 years ago, I was entrepreneur, you know what I'm saying, doing my thing, whatever. And for a long time, I was doing, because, you know what I'm saying, I got a lot of this stuff automated in the particular way of, how would you say, just money comes to me, TikTok, whatever, Patreon, all of this stuff, my products and stuff like that, cool, right? So it's automated, so it just keeps running by itself. So you know what I'm saying? You can get content with a particular lifestyle and way of moving, just based off of, you know what I'm saying, you kind of did the alchemy or whatever, and now, you know what I'm saying, you don't challenge yourself. So that's what happened with me. I wasn't challenging myself about 3 years ago, and I was falling into a limbo state of, you know what I'm saying, just letting everything be what it be, you know, just showing up to a particular way on YouTube and showing up in just in life in general, in a particular way. So one thing I did was I said, you know what, I got to get out of this rut. I got to get out of this solace of like nothingness and start moving. So one aspect of moving was me going back to the gym. So about 3 years ago, I said, fuck it. I was telling the Patreon family this during that time. I said, nah, I'm just going straight for it. I'm going for it. You feel me? Getting back into the gym, getting back into exercise, and getting back into moving. Because again, you can get stuck in a sedentary way in the aspect of me being on camera and sitting here and just talking all day, right? So I had to challenge myself in some particular narrative that was going to serve my greater good and actually get my body moving and start doing things for my health, my wealth, and just my mind in general. And so much so it actually tripwired my world into me actually becoming a new, just based off of me just going to the gym every morning. So I'm going to the gym. I don't have no reason to wake up. And just I could wake up and get on here and do that, right? But I'm literally going to the gym when people are going to work, or like at 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning, right? 5:30, 6 in the morning, right? So people are headed to work. I'm going to the gym. The gym be somewhat packed too. It'd be surprisingly packed, right? At that particular time. So I can see all the lions and goats out here that's in the gym getting to it early. You feel me? And that right there in itself, just seeing the gym kind of packed in that particular nature is motivating in itself, because you know boys is probably headed to work after that, and you know what I'm saying, they got to carry on their particular lives. There's one coach in there, he wasn't my coach, but he coaching at my high school now, and I chop it up with him or whatever. He's in that bitch every day, 4:30. Then he goes to the high school and coach. So that nigga be in that house 4:30 every day. Boom. He goes to the high school 5:30. Boom. His whole day is set. He in the gym. Then he got to coach basketball and football. So he just basically never at home. He just in motion. Absolutely amazing. And you know what I'm saying, when you think about it, practices, basketball games, football games, parent conferences, all of that stuff, he's in it. He's saying he's just staying in motion. He's just staying in that particular level of movement. You feel me? The motion is so important, family. I can't make it up. We can't rely on technology to do everything for us. We're gonna have to come into the fold of doing stuff for our own good, for our own adventure down here on this earth realm. Because at the same time, at the end of the day, if we're just going to fall into limbo where the earth will cease to exist, then what's the point of being down here? You need a villain in the story. You need some kind of antagonist or some kind of pushback in this story. Because at the same time, at the end of the day, what is the point of being down here if there's no motion, or if there's nothing to do but be entertained? So what, we gonna watch Netflix all day in this bitch? God damn. What the hell? How much Netflix do we have in this show? I'm thinking I watch a lot now, and I'm only watching maybe an hour a day. And this is what I do for a living. The cold movies. So now we we got to really look at this thing and see that if the AI is moving us into a particular arena of nothing, right? Then shit, who are we? See, a lot of times you thinking like, oh, okay, well, I just get tap into my spiritual work. Nigga, I do my spiritual work for an hour and a half, some days, 2 hours. You want me to do spiritual work all day? God damn, well, spiritual work is all day because you're basically seeing your signs and symbols all day. But let's say you get into your spiritual bag, boom, kumbaya, boom, right? After that, you still need some kind of pushback, some kind of deterrent, right, to make you move into the world of adventure and exploration. So I just want the family to understand that to the core, right? Our ability to do for ourselves is going to be heavy in this future time because essentially you don't want to let the computer just run everything for you. There's no power in that. There's no love in that. You feel me? It's just a system or a program that's not even helping you expand. And if there's no growth, then there's just essentially death. So getting back to it, the bee movie, what will happen without bees? Well, our world will cease to exist completely. And hey, you know what I'm saying? If that's the way we're thinking, okay, so shall it be. Let's pull the Bobby Hemmett alchemy in this thing. This world is over.
Message.
Chaos in the blood. Some of y'all got kids talking about this world is over. All right, well, let's see. Let's see. Boom, I want to talk about this because this was an interesting thing. I got the video too. Let me show y'all the video real quick. I thought it was interesting because Erykah Badu, you know what I'm saying, as lovely and as sexy as she is, she pulled off a particular play in the form of creativity, and I want people to see it like that. But let's play around with it. Let's see.
Hey man, I ain't trying to hear nothing. And I mean nothing. Nobody talking about. You see them? Do you see them things poking out, peeping and peeking? Erykah Badu. Boy.
So Erykah Badu, and she was singing some fly shit too. Erykah Badu is a genius in the aspect of understanding what this world is, right? She's a spiritual being having a human experience, and she understands what spirit is, right? So if you can see, Erykah Badu is dressed up in this Muslim attire, this hijab, right? And she's singing in a sultry, sexy way with these particular imaginary titties popping out. Now, people are looking at it, especially the fellas, they're looking at it and lusting and being in the space of lust and, oh, wow, ooh, right? But you got to understand what Erykah Badu is. She's a sexual alchemist. She's a person that understands the sexual realm. And don't worry, I'm going to read some of this. Ecstasy Through Tantra by John Mumford. She's a person that understands that all of this is about sex, but not in the lustful way that you're thinking. This is about creativity. Now, let's step back and look at this and examine this. Even them titties poking out when playing Pokemon in this bitch, right? Ha! Nigga, I don't know what. I'll be going to the store, right? There be a line. There's a Pokemon machine. There's a line of people, grown-ups, waiting at this Pokemon machine. Somebody tell me what that is, because I'd be like, what the hell is going on? God damn. So with Erykah Badu's titties poking out, right, and her wearing this hijab, well, we understand that The Muslim faith is saying, hey, you got to be fully clothed. You got to, say cover yourself up. They can't see your hair, nothing, right? They shit, they can't even see your mouth. Some of them females be like this. They be like this, like a bitch. So what Erykah Badu is a genius at is giving the understanding of, being in the alchemy stage of contradiction or playing into people's minds with particular narratives about this world, right? We get it, cover yourself up or whatever, right? That's that Muslim faith thing. But you know what I'm saying? Some of them brothers take it far, real far, right? To the aspect of killing their daughters if they wasn't fully dressed.
Message.
I'm just telling you what it is, baby. Y'all go look up some of that stuff and just understand how psycho some of that thing is. You feel me? So with Erykah Badu pulling off this masterful outfit with these titties poking out, essentially, I think she's just tapping into her creative bag of sexual expression. Just like when she did the video window seat, right? And she took off all the clothes and walked down the street butt naked, right? She's basically putting sexuality into an art form, which is a beautiful thing because, again, you see particular paintings that will stimulate thought even if the person is naked, right? You see these models walking on stage, right? And boom, they walking and they're in a bikini and they're showing ass, right? That's art. And people are looking and, wow, okay, look at that body. You feel me? So your body is art. And if you don't appreciate your body, if you're covering it up, essentially you're covering up your creative geniuses. I'm not saying you got to be out here Miss Twerk some or something like that. You feel me? That's the lust zone. But we can tell the difference between sexuality and artistry. And in this book, Ecstasy Through Tantra, John Mumford, and a few other books. This book right here, Secret Science of Black Male and Female Sex, T.C. Carrier, right? Essentially, they talk about how sex is in everything. And sex is masculine and feminine energies, but that's just in everything we do. You feel me? There's always aspects of it. One part of this book is talking about your most important part, speaking things into existence, which is using your throat, using your voice, using your throat in sexual acts. So y'all see that clear as day, baby. Get on. Yeah. Y'all know what's happening, baby. Y'all know how we get at. Yeah, this is a spiritual book. This ain't no perverted book. Look, those are ancient walls. You feel me? Talk about the walls. Look at the vesicle Pisces, the portal, the vagina. So look, I'm just telling y'all what it is. I read all these books and I went through. And sex is a big play in the occult, in metaphysicians practices, in all these OTOs and all these stories. Go get them Kenneth Grant books, right? Go get all them Kenneth Grant books. The whole thing is about tapping into the Black Goddess and understanding that portal, that vagina that she has. And Bobby said it one day. He was like, man, hey, only thing I can't get over is that sex thing. I can get everything else, but these goddesses I cannot get over. Well, and I'm gonna show you why, because that's an aspect of the mother, right? And you see in a particular reflection in these goddesses that's light and that's stirring you in a particular direction. This says oral congress. The uniting of mouth and genital frustrates the normal procreation-oriented flow of sexual energies and produces a psychic short circuit which quickly arouses Kundalini.
Message.
I'm just telling you what the book says. The uniting of mouth and genital frustrates the normal procreation. So that normal way of putting penis and vagina, it just says, oh, okay, that's not it, right? Oriented flow of sexual energies and produces a psychic short circuit, which quickly arouses Kundalini. So you giving head to somebody you love, of course, is arousing Kundalini. Inducing spiritual rapture and immobilizing thought. Very important to understand. The intimate connection between the mouth and the sexual organs is concealed in such sayings as, she's a real dish, you look good enough to eat, a luscious figure, and the current English emphasis for cunnilingus, he eats me. I don't know, that's what white people say. He eats me? Who the fuck says that? What? The importance of oral sex in adulthood is not mysterious, considering that the infant's first experience of pleasure and comfort comes from suckling the breast to relieve the tension of hunger. Message. So all these fellas that's lusting and seeing Erykah Badu right now, there's something that's happening when they're seeing these titties popping out. What's happening is their mother probably didn't breastfeed them, and they have an affinity for titties based off of they never been breastfed, and they needed that nourishment. They need that nourishment that's going to feed their heart, because the breast is at the heart, right? So a lot of times, particular fellas might be more entrained to the breast, you feel me? Because, you know what I'm saying, they probably didn't receive the nourishment, the food that they need psycho-spiritually in the form of breastfed babies. So I'm an ass man, you feel me? I'm an ass man, but there's a lot of fellas out here that's titty men as well, you feel me? So with the ass is more so about the root and your earth realm, right? And that kind of ties into my quote unquote zodiac sign or whatever, because I'm an earth dweller, right? Or whatever. So then we got to look at these different aspects of what attracts us and look at it in the chakra points and see and understand, fellas, what we might have had been neglected as a child, and you know what we need to nourish in that particular lane. Because see, it's both the same thing. Earth and heart is the same thing. Ass and titties is the same thing. You put the earth in front of the heart, it's the same. Right? So now we just got to understand it from the tantric level of spiritual gnosis. Thereafter, the mouth is a source of comfort. So remember, pleasure and comfort comes from suckling the breast to relieve the tension of hunger. Cool. Thereafter, the mouth is a source of comfort. So the weaned child sucks his thumb when nervous, and during the first years of school, instinctively chews on the end of a pencil when anxiously concentrating. The early adolescent seeks oral gratification with gum and quickly graduates to cigarettes, pipes, and cigars as an adult. So because you ain't been breastfed, you might be smoking weed in this bitch. Because you ain't been breastfed, you might be giving a lot of head in this hoe. God damn. just giving out super head in this bitch. You feel me? Never really received that love and shit. And now your mouth is just, you know, like a robot. You just can't wait. Now there's something to it, because again, when you come together with the mate that you love, essentially y'all are in a portal, creating this portal in the form of 69, which is 12. 12 is coming up, baby. 12/12 is coming up, so I just want y'all to know that's a 69-day. 12/12/2025, right? That's 12 plus 12 is 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. 6, and then when we're 2025 is a 9. 6-9 day. Just practice it and see what happens and comes to you. When we move into the space of understanding how powerful our throat chakra is, right, and understand how to manipulate our world, essentially it's basically speaking things into existence. So a closed mouth does not get fed. So if y'all are ladies, if y'all are having a problem with your throat chakra, right, or expressing your truth or creating down here, essentially, you need to find that lover mate and give them some head.
Message.
I'm just telling you what it is, baby. That's going to open up that throat chakra, and vice versa, fellas, right? If you're having a hard time, and it goes deeper into this book, it go real deep into the head. The whole chapter is about head. Head. You feel me? Head, look, boom, head. And how important that is to create these mind childs, these brain childs. You feel me? Get it in. Chaos in the blood, baby. Look, okay, let me read it for y'all. Fellatio and cunnilingus redirects psychic forces so that a brain child, an idea or concept, is magically conceived. Such a brain child is immortal, outliving any mere physical finite span of existence that can be achieved through physical birth. What they saying is when you use your mouth and do the acts, the sexual acts, right, with giving head, right, fellatio cunnilingus style, right, essentially you start speaking up for yourself.
Message.
You start commanding things to come into this particular world. You start asserting your voice correctly. I'm just telling you what it is, baby. And Erykah Badu been on this. You feel me? See, she even had the incest Badu pussy. Right? Yeah, she like, hey, look, I just want y'all to know when you like this incense, you smelling my vagina.
Sorry about you.
Yeah, I got me a box around here somewhere. I got me a box somewhere around this bitch. You feel me? Got me able to lit that thing up. You're like, oh shit, it's going down in here. We want to think about sex as a tool for us to tap in and turn on, for us to enter into a gateway to the invisible, to the fourth dimension. And Badu playing with the religious garb and then creating the aspect of sexual tension in the form of being it's art. That's what all it is. That was a genius play because, again, all attention is good attention, right? And sometimes people can do things in the form of attention sexually that makes them look like a fool. So remember Erykah Badu, she did it when she came to the award show. She wore that thick outfit, right? That was basically a satire outfit of how they used to show, how they used to treat us in a particular manner of sexual nature on the slave trade. Like, oh yeah, this lady is thick right here. Let's get her, and right? Ass to waist ratio and stuff like that. You feel me? So I think Erykah Badu is a genius in using her body and sexual energies to portray and to create art.
Message.
So how does this work for y'all ladies and fellas, right? Well, we know sex sells, and I'm not saying be out here and become a stripper and shit, But since I had some of my homegirls that were strippers, I knew and understand the essence of what some of them were about. See, some of them was on that drug shit heavy, right? But there was a few that was just about the artistry of it. So they literally practiced and went hard in the aspect of the artistry of swinging on the pole and shit like that, because they loved the dance, right? They were cheerleaders, they were dancers, gymnastics, and everything like that, and they just turn that particular energy of, you know what I'm saying, being this womanly, sexual, seductious figure, right, in the form of art. And that's how you can actually magnetize, right? Because that's what females are, they're magnets. Magnetize more and more opportunities to you. Not being slutty with it, but being in the form of understanding that you are a female and you got some ass. You feel me? You got some titties, yeah. And your body is a big part of attraction down here. So you want to be able to, females especially, understand that you are this sexual being, right? And not lock up the vagina because your church, your program church, told you that it's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong to have sex, which is your primal energy and your first spark of light. Like I was telling the Patreon family, I was in church looking at Miss Johnson's ass in that sundress, in that church dress she had on. Oh, thank you, Jesus, thank you, Jesus. I'm like, damn. I'm trying to look at the Reverend, but damn, she jumping up and down, big ass titties, fat ass. I'm like, oh shit, it's going down in this church house. And hey, what was I supposed to do? Like look away and shit? She in my way. I look crazy looking away, boy. So you know what I'm saying? Understand that primal energy as something to not shit on, right? Because again, a lot of times what we do is we will put ourselves in a box. And now because you're acting like a beta man, you don't see, there's a way to approach females without being creepy. Like a lot of these niggas be just creepy, goofy niggas, right? But if you explain to a female, I find you beautiful, what's your name? This different than you being like, damn, you got a, woo! Hey mama, hey, what's up? You know what I'm saying? It comes off in a different way, and you're approaching the aspect of her natural features as a lust machine, a lust dragon, or whatever. So you know what I'm saying? We got to be able to understand that females, you want to wear your sexy, right? Because at the same time, at the end of the day, that's what you are. Let me see what y'all talking about in here. Let me see what y'all talk about. Yeah, they do come off very much creepy, Bella. They come off very much creepy. But then understand to the core, like when the females, you know, carry yourself and understand that you are sexy, right? You want to understand that, but you don't want to be slutty. You feel me? This ain't no sexy red and shit. You get a group of females together, and guess what they doing? Yeah, y'all put it in the chat. Twerking. They shaking ass, baby. See why the females get together, right? I just say, y'all know how he telling a lie shit. They get, oh, fuck sexy red. I don't fuck with that sexy red. Boom. Minute they get together, they put that sexy red on. Oh shit, bitch, this is my song, ho.
Message.
They start chopping at what ass? They smacking each other ass, nigga. What? That sexy red come on, you like, oh shit, it's going down in this bit. You feel me? Some of my peoples, they just got married. A stud and my homegirl, right? They got married, right? Gay couples, whatever, right? Cool. And that's love is love, cool, whatever, right? So one side of the family, a whole bunch of people at the party or whatever, they were studs, gay girls or whatever, all of that, right? Boom. Another side, straight girls, whatever, with their mates, with their partners and stuff like that, cool, right? Whatever, right? Cool. You put on that sexy red, they put on some of that Glorilla, all that stuff, boy. Nigga, you couldn't even tell the studs were studs anymore, boy. They started twerking, shaking ass and shit. It was going down in that bitch. I was like, what the hell? I'm sitting there with my man's Rock and D-Ray somewhere, and she doing her thing. I'm like, what the hell? What, you see this thing? God damn, she got some ass in this bitch. God damn. She throwing it back. Is she sure she's studying? Hey, you know what I'm saying? When that female come out, that expression will come out. So we got to look at that and understand that as a thing, because there's something to it. Females get together, they got to shake that ass. Shake that ass, ho. Shake that ass, ho. Let me see what y'all talking about, baby. Let me see. Big Hustle got me too, yeah. That's the one. He's the one that got me. But I knew he was AI. But his music, I like the creative genius in Nick Hustle. And you know what I'm saying? I think and you know what I'm saying? And it's a travesty because again, he's making so much music. He's doing music. This Nick Hustle dude, whoever it is, he already made thousands of songs in the matter of a month. And it'll take lifetimes for a human to make it. So that's interesting because again, you know what I'm saying, this is the world we're going into. And again, I want the family to understand that you chose to be here at this particular time. So now you just got to decode why you chose to be here in this particular time of this AI revolution thing that's about to happen. So pay attention to your dreams, right? Your dreams is going to be heavy to give you away and give you an understanding. You feel me? Dreams are going to be very, very heavy in this particular time. And just understanding, you know what I'm saying, what spirit wants you to do down here, especially if all the jobs do go away. Then what? Sit around and watch Dream Wise all day and shit. I'll still be on this bitch. It might be an AI version of me because I might get lazy and say, you know what? You just think about 5 years from now, right? They like, hey, we can make it look like you, move like you, all of that. Nigga, I have a drunken night. I'm like, man, fuck it. All right, let me put this AI Dream Wise on. Fuck it. God damn, boy. They put that AI Dream Wise on real quick. Ugh. Niggas would be like, oh shit, this AI Dream Wise is funnier than the real one. God damn.
Message.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes, I was a drug addict for so long, so it might not just be computing as fast as that AI shit. But you can't stop the God, though, baby. Can't stop the God, so we gotta embrace it all. That inner Aaliyah comes out, then the moving of the hips is over after that, bro. Let's fly. That's fine. What if you want to change the reason you came here? Black Thought. What you mean if you want to change the reason you came here? I think a lot of times what we believe is our purpose driven or why we came to this earth might be as small. It can be small reasons. You feel me? It could be a small thing, right? We're just trying to understand why. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a grandiose thing. We got to remember that this is an illusion, and the time is. It feels like we're how would you say, having a long time, like it's long, But in the grand scheme of things, this thing goes by in the blink of an eye. You feel me? So, like, you see other figures come down here, Tupac, Biggie, all these particular figures, and they're gone so quick, right? I was saying with NBA YoungBoy and what he's feeling, and him turning 27, that 27 club might be a thing. You feel me? I'm not, wishing to God anything of that nature. I'm just saying, like, him saying all these cryptic messages about not being happy, trying to take himself out of this earth realm, whatever, right? You got to start looking at it and saying, like, okay, well, he already gained the world. He already grabbed the world, right? In a particular way. And you know what I'm saying? A lot of times that dark night of the soul will creep up on you and say, okay, you're not here to chase glamour. You're here to chase purpose. And your purpose is giving to others. See, when you get off of the selfish approach of this thing, you start to realize, like, okay, my biggest dharma down here is to help and assist others through my talent. So like Drewski is a perfect example of this, because Drewski is in his purpose driven. So him being funny and a character, he's providing laugh and a sense of relief to people in the form of stereotypes. So Drewski is in his purpose driven just based off of him being, based off of him being fearless and being able to say, you know what, I just want to make people laugh. You feel me? And some of y'all might be funny within yourselves, and y'all might be running away from that because y'all trying to survive down here on this earth realm. But you know what I'm saying? Kevin Hart, some people don't, you know what I'm saying, like Kevin Hart's comedy or whatever, but he did the alchemy to win. And that's just him being repetitiously in the environment on stage to push himself to stardom. So because when he was younger, he just kept on getting on stage, not seeing no money from it, getting on stage just because he was passionate about it and loved to make people laugh. Now he gains the world. And that's the real true alchemy of this thing. The passion of the Christ. The passion of the Christ is Christ consciousness. So lead with your passion. Whatever you're passionate about doing down here, lead with that. And then in the aspect of you leading with that, everything will start to unfold and make sense for you. You didn't come down here to work, family. You didn't come down here to just work and die. You feel me? That's robot. That's called a robot. We came down here to fulfill our dharma, even in the aspect of helping somebody else. It could be your children, it could be somebody you don't know, whatever. But you have to start moving into the space of saying, let me get off of the aspect of surviving and let me get into the thriving aspect of this thing, which is showing love to others and being about your love for yourself, but then it will reflect out into others because you want to see everybody else win. Because you see the God in you, but you see the God in them as well. Yes, sir, family. Yes, sir. Love and appreciate y'all. And hey, look, just understand, embrace the AI technology age. We're here, baby. We're here. It's a beautiful time to be a god, beautiful time to be a goddess, and keep on moving in the space of empowering yourself through mental alchemy, through spiritual gnosis, through loving on yourself heavy. I know what it is, family. Peace to the gods.